Pam Ayres, right, the poet laureate, and George...
I've chosen Dr. Roger, the thesaurus guy.
Oh, right. Right. You're making it easy for yourself then, are you? And John?
D.H. Lawrence.
D.H. Lawrence. Yeah. Right, now, to make it nice and improvised, what we need is a title for the story, but from somebody in the studio audience. So can somebody suggest a title for us, please? Sorry? The Sleeping Beauty. Yes, obviously autobiographical as far as you're concerned. At least partially, because I noticed you're asleep. Now, OK, off you go. I'll move on from one to the other with a buzzer. So starting off, Graham, if you would, now.
The fog drifted down from the top of the factory chimneys. Jason Udderworthy, as was his wont, kicked off his clogs before kicking his whippet Beauty. It was
a lovely whippet. She could not go fast. Her name, it was Beauty. They named her in the past.
She was a sleeping beauty, a dozing pretty girl, a napping babe, a comatose doll.
Doll-like, that's what Clifford Chatterley was, doll-like in his heart and soul. A parallelogram, no heart, no soul, but there she was. Constance Chatterley was there, looking down at her beauty, manly, powerful he was. Mellors, built like a chestnut mare, riding her, the plumed serpent of his turpitude, lost now inside her, no brambles round castle, all love and passion deep inside her.
Run again. Yeah. Back to you, Graham.
Don't talk to me about parallelograms, said Jason Udderworth. Come here, Whippet, and have this supper. Outside, there was trouble at mill.
At the mill, all was trouble. Everyone was getting shirty. Beauty was being a bit of a one. She was getting really flirty.
She was eyeing people. She was giving come-hither looks. She was drawing attention to her body parts. She was making her eyes wide and her legs as well.
The legs are well spaced, said Mellors, stripping off the hot, wet corduroy down to his knees. Ah, thou wast mother, he's not gonna make my head man gone. What planet do you come from, Mellors? Said Lady Chatterley. Ah, thou be beauty, thou be beast, a rad thee further than that Lord ever drove thee. I can't understand a word you're saying. No.
Thank you, John. Thank you, everybody. All right, that'll do. That'll do, all right. All right, there, now. It's so difficult to award points here, so I'll give none for that round. Now, the next game is called Story, and it features George McGrath, and he's going to be telling a story for us. So if you'd like to come here, George, and get ready to tell the story. And he'll be involving the other participants who'll be acting parts out in his story. So if they could go over to the other side, ready to be drawn in to the story. But the title of the story is going to be suggested for us by somebody in the studio audience here. So I'm going to go off and find somebody. Now, can I just come to you? What's your name?
Abby.
Abby? Some strange names you've got in the audience this week. Well, not, you're the first person I've asked, obviously, but have you got a title for a story for us, Abby?
A Day in the Life of a Rubber Duck.
A Day in the Life of a Rubber Duck. That's a very good story. A bit bizarre, really. And we like a moral that the story might illustrate. Have you got a moral that the story might illustrate?
A rolling stone gathers no mirth.
No mirth?
No mirth.
No. All right. No what? This member of our audience is Irish. A rolling stone gathers no moss. Why don't we make it nice and simple like that? And I've forgotten what the title of the story was.
Day in the Life of Rubber Duck.
Oh, that's it. A Day in the Life of a Rubber Duck. So away you go, George.
Once upon a time, there was a beautiful little girl who lived all alone in a cottage in a beautiful little wood. She had no friends at all, but she did have a beautiful rubber duck that she loved to play with. It was huge!
It was huge. Oh, I love my rubber duck so much. I'm gonna give it a great big hug.
She said,
mwah.
kissing it mysteriously. Soon there was a jingle at the door.
Oh, there's a jingle at the door. Come on, Ducky, let's go and answer it.
It was her beloved grandfather. He was covered with moss. He'd been out in the village for so long she hadn't seen him in years. He was covered with moss.
Grandfather, you're covered in moss.
She said,
Here.
repeating what the narrator had said over and over again already.
Look, sit down here and have a cuddle of my rubber duck while I go and make you a nice cup of tea.
She said, trying to escape from the scene.
You'll have to speak up. I'm covered in moss.
Said the grandfather, repeating it just one more time.
I've made a cup of tea incredibly quickly for the purposes of the improvisation.
Said the girl, speaking as quickly as she could. Soon there was another jingle at the door. It was Keith Richards.
Oh, hi!
Hello, I just decided to roll in.
Hi!
He said, making a pun.
Hey, I think you used to be one of my mom's favorite guitar heroes or something,
No,
didn't you?
I used to be an exhibit in the Natural History Museum.
Well, why don't you come over here and talk to the rubber duck? Because I'm sure you'd have a lot in common.
Did you bring it in through South America, the duck?
No, I've had it here all the time. It's sitting here on my grandfather's knee.
Soon the grandfather began to heave and cough, and everyone knew it was time to gather the moss off him immediately before he would die.
Will you help me gather this moss, please?
No, Rolling Stones don't gather moss.
Oh.
He said, giving the moral away a bit early.
No. Oh, no, early enough. Thank you. All right.
It was fine. Sorry, is that
Yeah, sure. Well, subtly reworded, I think we got the moral there. So I think 45 points there to everyone apart from Jan. I'm going to give her 1,000 points because I like her. Now, the next game is called Props. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this prop caught under my chair, which is going to slow things down just slightly. When I get it out, I'm going to give... I've got it. I'm going to give this prop to John and Jan, and you have to improvise with that prop. Think of as many different ways of using that prop as possible. Meanwhile, there's another bit of it here that I... Meanwhile, I'll give Graham and George this prop. So again, you have to think of as many different ways of using that item. And we'll go between the two pairs, me using the buzzer. So take it away, Jan and John. Now.
Come to our island paradise. There are many nice things that...
No, not quite right.
Faith, Nuncle. Why, when a sparrowhawk climbs into heaven, he spins round again and comes close to us, does he not?
Right. I thought if I attached this to my nose and spun it real fast, I could fly.
Come on, Tiger, store a try. You know...
Put the apple on your head. I'm your father.
I think it was Mark Rothko that gave me the idea of strips, because originally reality coming together doesn't really work, but when it's divided, we sense pain, anguish, and silence.
Do you like it? I call it squiggly line.
No.
What do you think of the crazy colour, then?
I think you look like a git.
I had to buy it. The artist calls it squiggly line.
Really? I like it. I like it.
Any more?
Right, my dear, since you were so very bad at your geometry earlier on, we're just going to have to make sure you're going to be much better when you've taken your little white panties off and we can sort you out.
George, you're an angel.
That's it. Oh, thank you very much. All right, well, while I work out the points for that round, we go away and you get sold things by some advertisers. Be back in a moment. Bye. Yes, well, welcome back. I reckon 10 points for everybody that last game. Now, the next game is called Party Quirks. In this game, Graham Garden will be pretending to be the host of a party. Well, he doesn't throw many parties himself, I understand. And the other participants will be pretending to be guests arriving at his party, but they have each been allocated a strange physical or mental quirk, which they can see by opening their envelopes in front of them. Careful not to show them to Graham, because the idea of this game is for Graham to guess these quirks in the course of the game. So, Graham, if you'd like to come forward and start improvising a party. I'll be bringing the guests in. They'll be arriving from the other side. So if you'd like to sort of queue up ready, I'll be bringing them in using this doorbell sound, which is in fact a doorbell. So on you go then. You're improvising away already, aren't you? Good. And first guest about to arrive. I should think that's the doorbell.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
You made
Yes, I made it.
it. Good. Now, can I offer you something? There's monkfish goujon, or...
Would you have an orb I could communicate with for just a moment? Oh, but get the doorbell
I
first.
will, yes. Hello.
Hi, I'll just have a shower, okay?
Yeah, fine. You know where it is? No, it's not an orb, it's a goldfish. Right, an orb to communicate. How about
So
the telephone?
PJ's broken then?
Yes. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Oh, excuse me.
It's all right. I'll just get the door.
Excuse me.
You're a plumber. You help him.
Look, the cat has
Yes.
messed on the bed again.
Really?
Let me talk to it.
Honestly, it's always me that has to clear it up.
Well, right. Come in. Somebody. No. Oh no.
It's a lovely sky up there tonight. The milky blue, tari, kala, Holland, everything.
Well,
Hello?
come and communicate.
Why have you bought this cheap wine again?
What? Oh, sorry. This is the alien. Talk,
The alien.
Yes, well done. Yes, you've got the alien. Well done. You've only got a few seconds to get
Not
these
as
last
cheap as
two.
it looks. It's only as cheap as it tastes.
Oh, nothing's cheap, everything's rich, everything's gold and lovely, shining round the place, and
Look,
everything's
listen,
happy
I'll tell you
and lovely.
what.
Look, do you mind? I really don't think you should be here.
You
all
can
right?
darling here, golden spun it is out of the
Look, will
clouds.
you get rid of this man? What
I'll
are you
get you
doing?
some
You're
better
always
wine.
inviting such
You're a
strange people
leprechaun.
to
Where's the
my
gold?
house.
Yeah, very good. Five seconds to get Jan.
Why are you always inviting such strange people to the house?
You complain about everything, don't you?
Oh, sorry, I meant to go. It's
The invisible man.
Okay. All right, I'll give you points for that, but you didn't get Jan quite.
No, she was complaining about everything.
She just thinks she lives there.
Oh,
lives
I
in the
see.
house, you see. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, a very good game, that, and I think worth 15 points each. Now, this next round is called Different Games, and in it, John and Graham are going to play every other line. So, John, I'd like to give you a copy of this play. I don't know if you know it at all. It's called Hay Fever by Noel Coward, who's a famous playwright. I don't know if you've heard of him. Yeah. And, Graham, what I'm going to get you to do is to improvise a scene in which you are a pilot, and you think you're talking to somebody who's trying to talk you down, or talking at least from mission control. But you'll be talking to John, of course, who'll be reading from Hay Fever. Got the idea? Now, to make it easy for you, we'll get you an end line that somebody in the studio audience is going to suggest for us, I hope. An end line he could be aiming at. Don't accept lifts from a stranger. That's a perfectly good end line, so why don't we use it? Can't think of a reason not to. Except to get at that chap in the audience. So, on you go then, Graham. Start off improvising that scene, being a pilot.
Right. Calling Karachi, beginning my descent. How are conditions on the ground?
Well, they'll sap Richard's vitality.
Yes, well, Richard is feeling all right now. He's got over the food poisoning, as have I and the rest of the people on board.
You're getting far too blasé and exclusive, Simon.
It's all right. Well, I haven't really got over it. I'm feeling much better there.
You've never been even civil to any of my friends, men or women, have you?
I am a civil pilot, damn you.
Nothing of the sort. Only I loathe being hearty with your men friends.
Okay, if you don't shut up, I'm going to stop making this pizza and come down and pop you one.
Well, you're a darling and I adore you. You've been very pretty and I'm madly jealous of you.
Yes. Be that as it may, what are the ground conditions in Karachi?
Oh, well, the Japanese room's a woman's room and a woman ought to have it.
As I recall, she did.
Something exquisitely non-committal was done there, I suspect.
Yes. Well, you know what I always say, don't you?
Not that.
In desperation, never take lifts from a stranger.
Right, thank you very much. Yeah. Yes. Yes, I think that was well read by John. I think you could almost take up acting. 20 points there. And Graham, I think for improvising 30 points, might have been more if you hadn't just tacked on that end line so obviously. Anyway, now Jan and George are going to play a different game, which is called film dubbing. What we've done is we've taken a film and scrubbed off the soundtrack. Well, I haven't done it, obviously somebody else has done it. But, and they're going to provide a soundtrack for us as best they can. Points here for getting the soundtrack to be better than the original, which will be fairly difficult, I should think. And what we'd like you to be improvising is a scene of two people the morning after a heavy night before. Okay? It might fit in with the film, or it might not. Well, there's, you can see the film there. Go ahead now.
Oh, I'm thirsty. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Oh, I'm hot. Oh, I'm hot and thirsty. Oh.
Darling, I found this dining room curtain. I wrapped myself up in it.
Well, give it to me. Can't you see my breast is exposed?
Is it still raw from last night?
Yes. Oh, I'm putting water. Oh, I forgot you bit me last night. Your teeth are so long.
Yes. Well, I was overcome with passion for your brace.
Hey, don't touch me again. It's daylight.
I know, but, darling, I have got something to say to you.
I know. You're from India.
No. I think you need some support on that breast.
Really?
Yes, I think you're at least a 36B, darling.
I'm a C if I'm a day.
No. Listen, why don't I find you the other dining room
Oh,
curtain?
I'm tired.
Good. Yeah. Well. Yes, that was pretty good. I think that's worth 103 points. Not much mentioning of the party the night before, but kind of everything. Now, the next game is called American Musical. Everybody's going to take part, and to make up a musical in the American style, but based on the life of somebody or bodies in the studio audience here. And in this, the participants will be assisted by our resident musician, Richard Vranch of the Comedy Store Players. So I'm just going to go into the studio audience and find some people and get some events in their life to make a musical on. Now, can I just ask your name, first of all?
Andrew.
Andrew, nice sensible name, good. And has anything happened to you in your life
Puberty.
ever?
Puberty, yeah.
Yeah.
Just once.
Just once, yes. Was this last week, or when are we thinking about? Yesterday. Yes, all right. Now, what, has something happened in your life? Don't say puberty, please, because we wouldn't believe
it
it.
didn't happen. I think.
Well, any time, you know. I mean, it's. We're hoping to expand this to a 9-hour show. Just anything in your life, you know. I mean, coming to see a television recording, that'll do. Television coming, and how about you? Anything happened to you at all?
Making a cup of tea.
Making a cup of tea. Right. Okay. So now there are three things that they've got to involve in the American musical: is making a cup of tea, puberty, and coming to see a television show recorded. Easy enough, huh? So, if, yes, Jan and George, if you could begin and take it away.
Dad. Yes, son.
Something weird's happening.
What is it, son?
Let me tell you about it. There's hair that wasn't there. There's hair growing everywhere.
That's just natural for you. Don't you worry, let's have a look.
No, Ma! You can't have a look. I didn't see this in the science book.
What's up, son? Something wrong with you, man?
He's imagining things again.
What? Hey, man, don't imagine nothing. Be real with life. It's out there. The mountains are waiting for you. The sky, it's solid as a rock. Well, not the sky, but the mountain. Solid as a rock.
Dad,
What?
you better have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Because I'm going through puberty.
Happens to us all, kid. Happens to us all. Even me.
Hey, son.
And then
And then what?
What?
it's like
What?
the lights go on.
The lights
Where?
go on.
And the audience is there.
The audience is there.
And the cameras.
And the cameras.
People everywhere.
What's our son there?
You see, son, you're not strange.
You've got hair and you're on television.
Wow!
Man.
Wow!
Wow.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Yeah.
Well done, Graham.
All right. Well, that was the last game, and as I award 93 points to everybody on that one, I total up the scores, and I see that, yes, Jan Ravens is this week's winner. Oh, well done, Jan. Sorry, some applause there. Go. Now, the prize for winning this particular programme is to get to read the credits out in a style of my choosing. And Jan, I'd like you to do it in the style of Paula Yates, if you would. So all I have to do is to thank everyone for taking part. That's to say, Graham Garden, Jan Ravens, George McGrath, John Sessions, and Richard Branch. Thank you, the studio audience. This is me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
That was whose line is it anyway? Device Richard Carter. God, I made a mistake, sorry. Anyway, it's Graham Garden, George McGrath, Richard Branch, title music was by Philip Pope. Anyway, that's all wrong. But anyway, hi. Oh, great. Anyway, stage manager Hilary Rose, costume designer Joe.
So any film style that you'd like to see done?
German expressionism.
German expression. Hang on, don't go too quickly. German expressionism. Silent movies, yes, thank you very much. Won't use it, but thank you anyway. What was that one from over there? Camera horror. Oh, Hammer horror, sorry. Hammer horror, yes. Science fiction, yes, these are...
Walt Disney.
Walt Disney? There's always somebody who suggests Walt Disney. I think it is Walt Disney who comes back. Make sure his copyright isn't right. Well, have we got a theatre style there? Whitehall Farce. Thank you, Raj. Reminding us that Brian Ricks is back in town. Whitehall Farce. I think that's enough. Okay? So I got those already written down for myself. And Josie and Paul, the situation we're going to give you is returning a faulty purchase. So one of you is trying to return something which is faulty. Start off just improvising it as you feel like it, and then we'll cut in with some stars when I buzz you.
Hello, is this the complaints department?
What if it is?
Well, it's just I'd like to complain about something. I've got it in my bag. I hope you don't mind.
Go on in.
Well, it's this little dinky-doo.
Okay, German expressionism.
You see, when I twist the key, it is meant to dink.
And you're telling me all it does is do?
Yeah, that is right.
I have some more in stock.
Oh.
No, we're changing to Hammer horror now.
Thank you very kindly. I do so love these dinky-doos. Especially when you pull the head off them.
I recognise you all of a sudden. I read it in the Daily Star today.
Who, me?
Yes, mad woman keeps going into complaints department with a faulty dinky-doo and then rips off the shop assistant's head. Pages 5, 7, 9 and 11.
I think you must be mistaken. I'm not mad.
Whitehall Farce.
And why aren't you wearing any trousers? Oh, I'll take that back, thank you. The vicar will be round in a minute.
Anyway, I've come to complain about something else, too.
What have you come to complain about?
Well, it's been ages since you last took me on a date.
Stop kidding.
Bizarre. Let's go into Disney.
But I'm just a furry little creature. I don't know what dating is.
But I like you anyway. You can be my real big human dinky-doo. Would you like that?
I'd rather a good career in the civil service, but I'll...
Oh, please be my dinky-doo, and I can pet you and play you and love you all
All right,
for my
I'll be your
very...
dinky-doo. Shall we go walking through the woodlands together, holding hands and saying hello to all the bears and the animals?
Oh, well, yes, I'd like that very much.
Or shall we just go into the back of my Volkswagen?
Thank you very much. I think we'll end on that. Thank you. Oh, well... That got off to a great start, so I think 25 points to you two. Now, for John and Archie, another situation for you in a moment. It's a few more film or theatre styles. You've more time to think of them this time. Any more from the audience? Have we run out? Sylvester Stallone. That's a, like a Rambo sort of film. Is that what you mean? Yeah, Rambo-style films, yes. Hang on, we've got Kung Fu from behind me, which is always very painful. What? Greek tragedy, all right? OK, we'll have it in the original Greek, please, when we get to it. But all the action will happen off camera. Now, OK, let's get going then. John and Archie, only two left, obviously. Your situation is a jealous husband coming home and discovering the other man, or the lover, or whatever. I don't mind which one you want to be. Okay. Mr. Jealous? Yeah. But don't take half an hour deciding it, that's all, because it is only a half-hour programme. So you really just improvise as you feel like it, and we'll cut in with some of these things in a minute.
Hey, Tom, can I get you a club soda?
Excuse me.
Excuse what? Hey, you're shaking up. Look at the hair.
I didn't expect to find you in my house. Is my wife here?
Well, sure she's here, man, but...
A Rambo movie.
Adrian! Hey, Adrian!
You're out of your mind, man. We dumped you up there in Cambodia. You meant to stay there, you know what I mean? We don't want you lousing up the country with your great Missy Gaynor breasts.
Hang on, Greek tragedy.
Who has heard? Who has heard? The blood of Atreus. The blood is coming. Ah! Up there, my brother now, linking with Lacoon and the monster. Look on him.
Oh! Clitoris, where are you?
Beseech no more for her.
She walks from me.
She walks nowhere. There in Hades is where she walks with the blood of all the House of Atreus on her head.
Yes. Okay, another one to end on. Kung Fu.
I've been dubbed badly. Do you mind? Oh, okay. So you come from Puerto Rico. I don't mind.
A ninja.
Come on. You think you can get me with that piece of junk? Huh. Whose daddy's leg do you think you're pulling? Come again. See this chest? I lent it to Stallone.
Right, thank you very much.
So you're a Morris dancer too. Great.
Very good. Okay, great. Thank you. The next game features Jonathan and Paul. I'm going to get Jonathan to read every other line from a play called Robin Hood, The Truth Behind the Green Tights, which is a play by David Nielsen. And while he's doing that, Paul will be improvising a scene that we'll be setting him. And the scene we're going to set you is you're having a TV fixed. So you're improvising that scene. We'd like an end line for Paul to be aiming towards. He gets double points if he manages to get it in. So an end line for him to be aiming towards something. It's only cotton wool. It's only cotton wool.
But well, I like it. It's Rolling Stones song, isn't it?
Yes. Very, very good. So away you go, starting way to improvise with Jonathan reading every other line for you.
You see, the problem is the vertical hold, it's not holding, it's not holding.
What are you doing with that sack?
Well, I thought that if I put the sack over the top of the sort of the video, then that would stop any, because I thought maybe the TV was leaking onto the video.
Oh, that sack.
Yes, that sack there. You think that's wrong then, to put a sack over the video?
The good sheriff, His Royal Highness Prince John,
You've got a nerve. Parasites. Parasites? You think it's parasites that got into the back of the set and have disturbed the colour balance? Your children are hungry. Yes, they are hungry. I've not been able to go to work. I've been waiting for you to come round for 3 weeks. I am not hysterical. No, you're from Radio Rentals, aren't you? Well, if you were half a man, you'd stand up to them. Well, I have. I phoned them up. I said, look, I know, strictly speaking, I'm not renting a radio, it's a television set, but I do expect after-sales service. Oh, blow your nose. Robin Hood doesn't toe the line. Does Robin Hood have a video recorder as well? Don't tell me he goes prancing about in that forest for my sake. It's the green tights he likes. And the singing. I wonder why his men were so merry. Well, don't you dare, just don't you dare insult the name of Robin Hood. It's all here. I wouldn't dream of insulting the name of Robin Hood, but you know those green tights, they're not really sort of proper tight material. Greetings, Dick and Barleycorn. I'm sorry, I didn't realise I was, No, wait, that's not Dick and Barleycorn, it's only cotton wool.
Josie, you'd like to come forward first of all. What we'd like is a household object for Josie to improvise a song about. So can you think of just an ordinary object you might want to sing about? A toothbrush, a perfectly good household object, if I may say so. Now, a style, please, a musical style in which you can sing.
Modern jazz.
Modern jazz. Rock and roll? Gospel. Gospel. Okay, gospel, right. Let's go with gospel. Very good. Yeah. We now go on to a game called Props, in which the contestants divide up into pairs. Starting off with Mike and John, I'd like to give you this item as a prop. I'd like to come forward and come up with as many different ways of using that item as possible.
Well, there's one at least, isn't there?
Well, I don't know. But Tony and Josie, that's your item, your prop.
You want to start, Mike?
So if you'd like to... And we'll buzz between the two groupings as we go along. Go.
Hello, I'm Anne Diamond.
Ah!
Oh, that's cruel.
That's just heaven.
Yeah?
Okay, you got your dressing room right there.
Okay.
Okay, Gabriel's taking care of makeup.
No problem.
Watch out for Michael. He's
All
no
right.
angel.
What you mean? The Olympics is bleeding over.
Of course I'm the Pope! What makes you think I'm not the Pope?
Well...
Very good.
And now John Hurt in The Alien.
We start the dance looking like idiots, and then we wave in the air and sing with complete killers.
I got it.
Want to go to the toilet, but don't know where to go? Just take Portaloo anywhere you go.
I forbid you to go out with my daughter. I'm a late 19th century person. I'm such a git. My collar is twice the height of my head.
It's Lieutenant Uhuri here, Captain.
You were in that Rembrandt painting, weren't you? Yeah.
Now, this next game features Stephen and Josie, and they're going to play a game called Film Dubbing. What we've done is got a film for them to add a soundtrack to, having taken the original one off. So we'd like to come forward where you can see the film. What we'd like to improvise, though, is a couple discussing how to decorate a room, but with this film that you're about to see. So, where you go.
Well, I don't understand it, sir. You'll bring me up to this room, you'll give me a piece of chalk.
No, look, Sanderson, I've looked on you. I want you to be my fag.
Sir, I don't want to be your fag, and where have you got your hand, by the way?
Sanderson, you're a queer old boy. You really are, you know. I've got the best study in the school. You're not even interested in being my fag.
Just because I've got a cellulite problem, sir. Anyway, you only brought me up here because you want me to paint your banister.
No, because I want to taste your forehead.
No, sir. Do you like the taste of my forehead? Do you?
Can I perhaps just try the taste of another part of you, Sanderson? You're a decent chap. You're a good cricketer. You wear strange trousers. But...
Oh, sir, I don't know about that. Sucking foreheads is one thing, but other places is another.
You don't understand, do you? You fourth formers never understand. I love you, that's what I'm trying to say, Sanderson.
Oh.
Kiss me!
Sir,
oh, my God, the housemaster.
Don't worry, I'll flash him. There we are.
Okay, all right. Now, Party Quirks is the next round, and in this, Tony is going to be pretending to be a party host, and all the others are going to be party guests, and they've been allocated a strange physical or mental quirk, which they have in front of them in their envelopes, and Tony's got to guess what they are. Yes, you can look at them now, but keeping Tony clear of them. Tony, you'd like to come down here and start doing your improvising. The guests will be coming in from over that side as and when I ring the doorbell, and a lot of points here going for Tony if you can get what the quirks are.
Right.
These quirks will be provided by members of the studio audience and inserted into the envelope. That's the quirks is, rather than the studio audience, obviously. Oh, that'd be quite funny, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Very, very big envelopes you'd have to have.
Yes.
Or very small members
No,
of
I've
the
got
audience.
lots of time, Karen.
Yes, fine. So I was waiting for you to start
right, I'm sorry,
improvising a
right.
party.
Oh, right. Right, cheesy snacks, drinks, I'm rather nervous. I've never organised a come as Douglas Bader party, but we'll have to see if we can... No, that's a joke, I'm just nervous. Oh, hello, Josie, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Yes, it is beautiful.
Been to some acid house club, obviously.
You haven't invited me to a barbecue, have you?
No, it's just kind of running buffet, finger dips and all that kind of thing.
And there aren't any fires or steaks? I hope not, thank you. Will you? I will.
Hang on a sec, I'll just leave you with yourselves for the time being. Oh, hello, Mike, nice to...
I've got two lips for you, and you know what I'm gonna do. So forget about us and give us a bus, send especially for you.
I think you probably want the toilet. Would you just like to go over there? This is Josie. Oh, hang on, that's the door again. Won't be a second. Hello.
I brought those wet blankets you were saying you were going to deal with. It's mainly a case of whether Jack and Phil can look after the sticks, because the sticks are getting very damp. Can you see to that now? I'll just...
I'll try.
I'll just see if I can get this old wigwam working.
Yes? Yes? It's coming from the lemonade bottle.
I've got two lips for you. I'll go and kiss the loo. Hand me a brush, I won't be in a rush. I'll be back in a moment or two.
Well...
Tony, very good.
I think perhaps a kissogram.
Kissogram, very good. Well done. 10 seconds to get the other two.
Well, John,
Get down on your knees and let's try the speech again, shall we?
Okay.
Remember, I support the king, I support the queen, and have a go.
Right.
And dib and dob, and dib and dob. Come on, have a go.
Arcala or something
Yeah,
like
yes,
that.
Okay, that's a Cub Scout leader, yes, very good.
Well,
Yes, I think so.
you're just
Can
bloody...
you?
Just bloody bonkers, aren't you, really?
Well, not quite close enough, actually.
You're sort of, I don't know, you're seeing things in the air, you're paranoid, I
hear you.
You're a medium. You're not a medium.
I hear voices and
There's no one there. You think you're Ethel Merman?
All right, Tony, not quite close enough. She hears voices.
Oh, you hear voices. Well,
you're going all round the topic there. I think I'll give you 50 points there, Tony.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
Thank you.
Now, the next game is for all four of you to take part in. It's called Opera. We further assistance from Richard Vranch on the piano. And what we're going to do is to get the contestants to make up an opera based on the life of one of the members of the studio audience. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the studio audience and find out 3 things that have happened to one of the people in the audience in the day. I'll just wander off and do that, excuse me. I think I'll come just here. Now, what's your name, can I ask you?
Pat.
Pat. And where do you come from, Pat?
Hackney.
Hackney, right, great. Now, what have you done? Have you done anything today? Have you done 3 things today would be ideal?
Gone to work.
You've gone to work. What, are you a vicar? Something like that?
Guard on the Northern Line.
Guard on the Northern Line. Anyone travel on the Northern Line at all? Yes. It's a very, very popular line, I understand. So you've been to work as a guard on the Northern Line. That's fine. Now, anything else? Have you done anything there at all?
Come home.
You come home. You live here, do you? Extraordinary place to live. Must be rather busy in the course of... What do you do at home?
Played a record.
You played a record?
Well, actually, I didn't know.
You're improvising, aren't you?
Time.
Yes, I know. You haven't had much to do.
Getting home, I made some instant mashed potato.
That's fine. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. So you've been to work as a guard on the Northern Line, made some mashed potato.
Yeah, and
anything
buns
else?
And sausages.
No.
I don't normally eat instant mashed.
No, I know. Of course you don't. You live well as a guard, obviously. Now, anything else? Just one other thing you've done today. Anything. It could be anything.
Smoked.
Smoked. All right.
The pressure.
You smoke the pressure?
No,
yes.
I smoke because of the pressure.
That's children at home, remember, never smoke pressure yourself. It's very, very dangerous, and you could end up as a guard on the Northern Line if you do. Okay, so those are your 3 things. It's going to work as a guard on the Northern Line. What was it? Oh, yes, making mashed potato, instant mashed potato, and smoking. 3 things. Not a busy day, but there it is. Quite busy for a guard on the Northern Line. So, okay, take it away and make up an opera out of that.
And in the night is I have been to Camden Town and to Muswell Hill, where the smarty pants people live with all the penguin books on the bookshelves. Here I am, what am I to do in this Benjamin Britten opera where people sing like washing machines that have no bearings in them?
Modern, South Wimbledon, Collier's Wood, to the Broadway, to the Beckballen. Clapham South, Clapham Common, Clapham North.
Not forgetting Tottenham Court Road.
Is this the way to Turnham Green?
This is the way to Turnham Green.
It's no good asking me, I don't know a thing.
He's a guard,
He's a guard. He's a guard. He doesn't have to try very hard.
but he can make mashed potato.
Here are my spuds. They are instant.
Potatoes.
Sausage and mash, sausage and mash, sausage.
Brown sauce, red sauce, mayonnaise. It brightens up my darkest days. I have spent many, many fine times with a bucket of potatoes. Many, many times with a bucket of potatoes. Gives you so much pleasure you want to smoke your cigarette. Let's grab on cigarette and mine again.
Without whom, let's face it, this programme would have somebody else in it. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Now, the first game is called Authors, and in this, the contestants have to take it in turns to tell a story in the style of an author of their own choosing. So if you'd like to come forward, contestants, and tell us who your author is. I'll be getting the title from the studio audience in just a moment for them to improvise with. Josie, have you thought of an author?
Christie.
Agatha Christie, yes, jolly good.
King James.
King James.
The
Famous,
Bible.
oh, yes, famous writing of the Bible, yes. Well, that's very appropriate for a Sunday.
Yeah.
No, the program goes on a Friday, so... less appropriate, possibly, for the show. Very, very appropriate, because it'll be Sunday in a couple of days' time. And Paul.
Do-it-yourself technical handbook.
Yes. Marvellously well read you are, Paul. And John, who have you gone for?
I'm going to do Gabriel Garcia Marquez.
And a very popular choice with the audience here. We've been reading him during the week, just to... Now, from the studio audience, I'd like, if possible, a suggestion for the title of a story for them to tell.
A day in the life of a horny llama.
A day in the life of the horny llama. Yeah. Have you read a story called that already? Are you in the process of writing one, or...? You write them regularly, so you're using this like sort of like a publicity plug for your own book. Yes, well, don't do it again. Okay, the day in the life of a horny llama.
Just outside the street of Wilson Mansions, Hercule Poirot was walking along with his assistant Hastings, trying to get this llama off his leg. Hastings, you're probably wondering why I've brought you to this street today. Well, it's this llama I've got on my leg. I can't seem to shake it off, Hastings.
And Hastings did say unto Poirot, take this llama, go unto the garden with it, show it to another llama. And the llama did beget llama, that did beget llama, that did beget llama, that begat llama, that begat llama.
And Poirot said to Hastings, get this llama off my back. And Hastings said, do it yourself. It was this point that he had passed a doorway and he said, you notice this door has been planed on both sides. If you notice that the grommets on the backward side or handle have been double screwed back to utilise a double sink after the count the sunk piece of glass.
Piece of glass, yes. The Colonel, Balazar Alcazar Diaz Macaya, had often looked down into Macondo. Only the other morning he had got up to see his wife rise from her bed in beautiful Colombian silk, only to turn into a large white bird. Or was it a llama?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Well, I have to give some points for that round, and I can't distinguish between anybody there, so I'll give 10 points each just to get us going. Now, the next game is called Film and Theatre Styles. It's called that because the contestants are required to act things out, to improvise things, in a variety of film and theatre styles. Makes sense, doesn't it? Paul and Josie, we're going to start you off as a pair, first of all. I'll give you your situation to improvise in just a moment, but if the studio audience has got a few suggestions for us of film or theatre styles that they can act in...
Flintstones.
Hang on.
Flintstones.
Flintstones, was that pantomime from over there? Or... Sorry, what was that one? Sorry, another pantomime. We've got two pantomimes we're going to do. What was the other one over there?
Spaghetti Western.
Spaghetti Western, yes. And... Oh, well, we're having James Bond films, they can't. Sorry? Disney.
Great.
German art film from John Sessions' friend. We'll give him that later on. Okay, so Paul and Josie, can you start off improvising like Jack and Jill? And then I'll cut in with a style when you've done a few.
Jack and Jill.
You've heard of Jack and Jill? Well, any Jack and Jill, really. But preferably somebody we've heard of. It's going to be boring for us, isn't it?
Seems only a few years ago that we went up that hill together, Jack. And now here we are, married with 42 children. And all because I took you home to bed and put vinegar and brown paper on your sore head.
Yes, not much of a contraceptive, was it?
Okay. Okay, it's Spaghetti Western.
I would like to go back up to the hill, Jack.
Don't call me Jack, you know, I have no name.
Then, who are you?
Am I? Who am I? I am that man who goes at the top of the hill with a brown paper head.
Pantomime.
Don't I, boys and girls?
He does, you know. And we know a song about brown paper, don't we, Jack?
Yes, we do.
While they're getting ready for the finale, why don't we put the audience into two halves and sing our brown paper songs?
Now, I want all the ladies to sing the brown paper song and all the men to go up to the bar and order themselves a whiskey.
A German art film.
Or a lager, whichever suits him.
All right, end on a Bond film.
Wait a minute, you see this cigarette lighter here? If I press this button, it turns into a helicopter.
Oh, that's brilliant. Why, I've got something here. I've got this comb, and if I go like this with one of the teeth, I break a tooth of it.
We can pick the lock with that bit of broken off tooth comb.
That's brilliant, Jack. Jack Bond. We should have got in it, don't you think?
We should have done, yes.
Thank you. All right. Well, okay. Okay, I'll give 50 points each there. Now, John and Jonathan, you'll have a thing to improvise now, a situation I'll give you in a moment. So have you got any more film styles, theatre styles for John and Jonathan? Well, pirate movie. Doctor Who, hang on. Samuel Beckett, yes, very good. Blue Peter, I think. One more, just one more from out there. What? Sorry? Oh, right, Commedia dell'arte, jolly good. Let's hope they're good on languages. Now, okay, so let's get going. Your situation is reporting a crime.
So, you're telling me that you sat there for 25 minutes and you watched him go at her with a 1938 service washing machine.
Oh, yeah, it didn't seem nothing unusual to me about it, no. Really.
So let me just get it straight, because you were first on the scene, were you?
Yeah,
Sorry. Samuel Beckett.
I've been in the bucket for a while now, still now, old, no time, ongoing. Are you curtain now?
God, no.
Where's my dad? Where's my God?
Now you're asking me. Now. Did you see it? Did you say you saw it?
I saw the crime, I saw him hitting, I saw him boof, bash down the world beginning, and then all we fall, all to end, all time gone.
A pirate movie.
Pirate movie, so...
I'm made out of saturated Technicolor. You can't stab me. No, it's no good. Try my teeth.
They work just as well for me. How wonderful.
Commedia dell'arte.
Were you there at the beginning?
I was there at the beginning.
Were you there at the end?
I was there at the end.
That end?
Oh, yes.
You're an old scallywag, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Not a scallywag, more of a scaramouche. Make them laugh loudly, or maybe you embarrass them into laughing because your faces are doing such big things.
And one more to end on, as in a Le Carré.
You washed up, George. You washed up in the washing machine, spinning round and round. You know what it is to go west, George?
That's just your opinion.
My opinion doesn't come into it. You are too late with Clydesdorf, and you're too late now. You're not saying a lot, George. You're going round and round. Or maybe it's reminding you of 1938 in Colombia. Or 37 in Berlin. A lot of water under the bridge, George. A lot of nutcrackers round the nuts, if you catch me. What did they do to you? Did they stop it? stop what's happening in here. Or was it the washing machine?
Thank you very much, thank you. Yeah, I'll let you go on a bit there on the off chance you might mention reporting a crime again, but I'll give you 50 points each anyway. Now, the next round is called The World's Worst. It's a quick-fire round. Everybody's involved. You'd like to come forward and stand on the world's worst step there. And just as they think of them, contestants have to think of and pretend to be the world's worst people to be auditioning for a part in Romeo and Juliet. So I'll buzz when I've got enough of you to get the idea. So go ahead. The more you do, the more points you get, if you're interested. Oh.
So, Miss Juliet's 15, isn't she?
But soft! What light breaks from yonder window? I'm left looking an arsehole. She's up there in the window. She goes around in tights. I'm left standing here and there's been an eruption.
Well, I mean, how old do you see Romeo as?
Any more? Any more? No? More from John.
Oh, I suppose it'd be 1958 I was doing it last. But I think it's the way that...
Well, I just see it as a natural progression from everything I've been doing. I mean, Macbeth, Hamlet, Lear, pilots.
Oh, yes, I think I'd be just right for the part, actually. I mean, Shakespeare is my favourite writer.
It's not about being handsome, it's about being passionate.
I think end on that. Any more? Okay. Well, I think I've got masses there. I think you can all relax on that. Yes, and while I work out the points for that round, we... Right, okay, yes, no, right, okay. Right. All right, well, welcome back from the adverts or making the coffee, whatever you did, and I'll give 10 points to everybody in that last game. Now, the next round is called Different Games for the simple reason that in it we play different games, or I say the contestants play different games. Josie and John, your game is to be making up musical styles or singing in different styles, starting with Josie, and we're going to be using the assistance of our musician, who is Richard Vranch, also from the Comedy Store Players. Now, what we want is a household object, and we're going to get Josie and then John to sing about that household object. So, can anyone think of a household object? Sorry? Television set. You can make up a song about a television set, can't you? Now, can we have some suggestions, please, for a musical style for Josie to sing? Heavy metal. You okay on heavy metal?
Have you got a mic?
Yes, I have got a mic, actually. He's sitting in the front. Oh, no, it's good. Oh, sorry, Richard's getting into even heavy. Still about a television set, and Richard's getting onto his guitar.
Baby, baby, I love you. Can you hear me, son? Come and treat me like a television set. Come and twist my knob. Program. Come on, baby, see the screen. On the telly, you can hear it scream.
Thank you, Josie. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Well. I don't know. Well, we better have something meaty for John to do it in the style of now. Funk. Sorry? I think that was a style, not just a comment. So, John, can you do it in a television set still in the style of folk? You've even come along wearing a sort of Aaron jumper just to... You come dressed for a folk heckle. Very good. Okay. Go.
I'll do it by myself. Oh, okay, I'll do it myself. A morning came up, it came round and down. The dairy folk outside Derby, they came down to the town. They found an old person with a great big fat sweater. It was getting much larger, getting better and better as he put on his television set and danced round the television set. He danced round the television set. He drank real ale and a ridiculously long pipe was hanging from his mouth. His girlfriend, her name was Betty. She changed it into dandelion stock because she was a wanker like him. And together they would dance together round the town, living in a time before the goons were around, but sometime after the First World War. Who the hell one was it? With a sweater going up and down, they would turn on the television but then switch it off because they were funny old wankers from the past. And round they would go, and round they would go, drinking real ale and living in an England that never really existed.
Thank you. All right. Okay. Well, it'd be impossible to separate those two there, so I'll give 100 points to John and 500 to Josie. Okay, so the next game involves Jonathan and Paul, and it's called film dubbing. What we do is show them a film, and we've scrubbed the soundtrack off it, and they have to provide it. So if you'd like to come forward, get ready to watch. It is actually a film you may have seen called Plan 9 from Outer Space. And we're going to give you a situation that you've got to pretend to be in, and you're improvising. Paul, you've got to be pretending to coming in to book a holiday from Jonathan, who I suppose is a travel agent. That's what you've got to improvise as a soundtrack over this bit of film. Now it's starting. Look.
Oh, hello. I'd like to book a holiday. This is my solicitor in case anything goes wrong. Yes, I'd like to go to Corfu, please. I'd like to spend 3 weeks there, if that's at all possible.
Well, Corfu, it's frightfully difficult at this time. You see, I've got a letter here. Tell me Corfu's very, very windy now, you know. So I don't really think... You see, my aunt says here...
Ah, so what you're saying, your aunt...
Oh, don't you interrupt me, sonny.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, mate. I just realised that you were telling me about Corfu. Now...
Yes, well, I've got to tell you about Corfu again. You know, it really pisses me off, this. I have to keep telling you and telling you.
Is self-catering an optional bonus, or do I have to... So can I get something near the sea? I want to sort of like... A good...
No, there's nothing near the sea now. No, that's awfully... But you should have been here a long time ago, laddie.
I'm sorry, I had no idea.
Oh, piss off with it. Come here.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Very good. They'll never believe this isn't cheated because that's exactly what the soundtrack was in the original. Oh, 90 points each there. Now, games are called Party Quirks, which matches Paul Merton against the rest. He's actually played this on previous programmes, but he didn't manage it very well, so we'll give him another chance. Paul is going to be a party host. That's what he's going to be improvising. The others are going to be arriving as guests, but they've been allocated an odd physical or mental quirk. Yes, I'm pointing at your envelopes, so if you look in the envelope there, these have been provided by members of the studio audience. They've come along to suggest strange quirks. We've picked the best 3, and the idea is that Paul's got to try and guess these in the course of the improvising. Right, OK, Paul, I'll come down here and improvise giving a party. The others will be arriving at the door, which is round that side of the set, but I'll be providing the noise, the doorbell noise, as they arrive. So you'd like to queue up, ready? Right, OK, you ready? Have you started improvising a party?
Sorry, I think I've broken your doorbell. I pressed a mic too hard.
That's all right, don't worry about that. Would you like some Twiglets or some, I have some rosé, some white wine, some red wine?
Twiglets, yes. Don't bother to unwrap them.
You've got one stuck in your hair, I think. Oh, I'll just get the doorbell. Hello. Oh!
All right, Paul. Repeat after me.
Yes.
Get out of me. Get out of me.
Get out of me.
Get out of me.
Get out of me.
Get out of me.
Have a Twiglet, thank you.
Have you come to see about the rates?
Say it again. Get out of me. Get out of me.
Get out of me.
Get out of me.
Get out of me.
Paul. Lie down,
Lie
Paul.
down. Lie
This
down.
won't take long.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I'll just get it.
Shall I answer the door for you, Paul?
Yes, Wonder Woman, answer the door.
Oh, well done. Okay, Wonder Woman. That's close enough.
Hang on a moment, I'll just get this.
But where were we going? Where could we be? We were, of course, French. Our long navels going in and out underwater. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you got it right. I'm a complete imbecile.
Okay, we'll give you that one, Paul, because
Jacques Cousteau, he's possessed by the devil.
yeah. Well, there it is. All right. Well, I think I'll give 20 points each to each of the improvisers, and maybe 15 to Paul, because I think he had to be given just a little bit of help there by having it explained to him. Yeah. No, not bad at all. So all I have to do is to tot up the points here, and I see that this week Josie Lawrence has won. So well done, Josie. Now, the prize for winning is to get to read the credits out in a style of my choosing. So, Josie, I'd like you to do it in the style of an angry viewer at home. Okay, just wait a minute. Don't wait there. Well, just say thank you to Josie Lawrence, to Jonathan Price, Paul Merton, John Sessions, to Richard Vranch on the piano, to the studio audience here, and everybody else. This is me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.